A woman who shot her husband 10 times was charged with murder. But Colleen McKernan claims she acted in self-defense on New Year's Eve in 2014. Her defense team hired forensic animator Scott Roeder to prove its case. He created a visual representation of what happened the night of the crime. Tracy Smith has been covering the case. In a preview of tomorrow's 48 Hours, she has an inside look at Roeder's work.
I walked down into the hallway and I had the gun at my side. He said, "Where do you think you're going?" And I said, I'm leaving, I'm going. And he started to walk towards me and I raised the gun. And then it was over. It was so quick. And he was on the ground and I was still pulling the trigger.
My name is Scott Roeder. I'm an evidence specialist. We've got a dead man. And we've got a woman whose life is hanging in the balance. She's the only eyewitness to this situation.
Scott Roeder is not a lawyer, not a detective, and not a forensic scientist. His specialty? Using evidence to create visual presentations of a crime.
What was your purpose in firing that first shot?
To stop Rob. I thought my life was in danger. I was just trying to stop him. I was defending myself.
I believe that Colleen McKernan is a cold-blooded murderer.
Prosecutor Jennifer Dave.
The evidence showed that she shot him when he was trying to leave.
Was it self-defense or was it murder? That's the big question of the day, right?
Colleen has been charged with one count of murder.
Cleveland defense attorney Ian Friedman has hired Roeder and his company to help convince a jury that his client had only one choice: kill or be killed.
There's not going to be any dispute as to who the shooter was. Right. There's not going to be any dispute to what the weapon was.
This particular item is a Glock Model 26.
Some people were immediately making a judgment for this is a battered woman.
My daughter is innocent. She's innocent of murder.
And then some other people were immediately making a judgment, cold-blooded killer.
I think she's a monster for what she's committed.
People want to rush to an opinion. They want to rush to the story before the evidence even has been analyzed. I stick to the physical and the forensic evidence.
It was just a terrible nightmare.
What I want the jury to see is that she had no choice that evening if she were to protect herself. She had no choice but to do what she did.
How did he come towards you? Did he come
Ian basically asks you to recreate what happened that night.
Yes. That's going to be a key piece of evidence there. This isn't about emotion.
What's shot 8?
Another entrance to the left back.
If I get the opportunity to explain that to the jury, I think they'll understand it. You know, that first shot's going to be an upward trajectory, so I think that's probably the position he was in.
Do you determine guilt or innocence?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Well, that's not my job. That's what the jury does.
And Tracy Smith is with us now from Los Angeles. Tracy, good morning.
Good morning.
How vital is this forensic animation to the defense's case?
It can be very important. I mean, think about it. Being able to show people what you think happened instead of just telling them what happened can be very powerful. And that's why 48 Hours hired Scott Roeder as a consultant to take us behind the scenes and see how he builds these animations and helps build a case.
Do juries typically believe it, Tracy, what they see?
That's the thing. It's very controversial, and they're not always allowed because even though these are usually based on theory, a lot of juries take them as fact. And in this case, Scott Roeder says that this is the most probable thing that happened, but still, it is just one version. It's just his theory.
Tracy Smith, thanks. You can see Tracy's full report, The Evidence Room, on a special 2-hour edition of 48 Hours. It airs Saturday night at 9, 8 Central, right here on CBS.